George Public House in Tower Bridge Road, South East London, 100 yards from where the Old Kent Road meets the new. It's a pensioners' party, one of 4 given every year by Jeff Oliver, the licensee, and paid for by collections from younger customers. Old Cockneys enjoying old songs, taking help from their neighbours as they've given help in the past. That's how people got by in Bermondsey when times were bad, helping each other. Bermondsey. Its boundaries are drawn in feelings rather than lines on a map, and the feelings there all the way from London Bridge to Rotherhithe, south of the river, down to the Elephant and the Old Kent Road. It's packed with people all living together in little houses and old buildings, all trying to make a living as best they can. Some not making a living at all, others helping themselves to what's not theirs. But in the old days it was the docks that men looked to for a living. The docks or the markets, trying to make a bob or two down Tower Bridge Road or up East Lane.
We started half a crown about 25 years ago. After 25 years, still the same price now. Very, very good for the chest. Recommended by Dr. Rossi of Place to Place. Any more old age pensioners? Got half a crown. 2. The lady's a wise shopper.
Hey, Sandy, but you like got their boat today?
Yeah, 6pence. Tenner with a nice leather, ladies. Tenner. All out. Hell, no waste to me. You can see the outcome for a tenner.
Almost to Bricklayer's Arms, right down past, say, to the end of Marigold, or past the end of Marigold, there was a long line of stalls. Most of those stalls belonged in them days to people who lived in the side turnings, their brothers and all that. Well, that makes an old group of people getting their living from marketware. When they get into a pub, say, there'd be half of them interested in the stalls. And then you've got your docks. And you say you get some of those in. They're all friends and neighbours. That makes a group distinct from a place where there's no market, no river, but people have to go in various sorts of factories. So you get 300 or 400 people along Bermondsey, sort of friendly.
Get cleared a bit of swell. Now mind the swell. Mind the swell. One touch of it. Oh, only really juicy to be pancakes.
People didn't travel too far for work, did they? Couldn't afford to, one thing. So they worked near. And if they lived near the stalls and worked near the stalls, on the evenings and weekends, them sort of people all met. That made a group, a close-knit community.
And then we got their children's children and their grandchildren. And they still recognise you and still know you. So good night, Miss Page. Good night, Sam. Good night, John. Good night, Teddy. Good night, everyone.
We all mix together as one. And that's how it should be. To have equality and equity amongst everyone you know. And never think you're one above anybody else, because you are not, because you've been through the same phases of life.
We're all one family, all us Bermondsey lot in here, really.
We're all the Marigold girls. We know our manners, spend all our tanners. We are respected wherever you go. When you're rolling down the Old Kent Road, all the windows open wide. We are the Marigold girls.
I live over there now, across the road. Not 100 yards from where I was born. But when I was born there, I could trust everybody I knew. I could trust myself with any one of them Londoners. Any one of them. There was 18 houses down there. I could walk in 18 houses. If I wanted a meal, I'd get a meal. If I wanted a night's sleep, I would get a night's sleep. Can I now? Can I? No.
Nah, you've got to be out for yourself here, mate. You've got to be able to help yourself, or else you go under. This is Bermondsey. You've got to have it the hard way here, boy. And if you're not careful, they'll take the laces out your boots.
Tom Bushnell lost his eyes from measles as a 6-month-old baby. That was 71 years ago, and ever since he's made an independent living for himself in the neighbourhood.
I've got by on my merits, Ken. I've got by being an individual, like, you know, when I was getting me living by my wits and doing different things, you see. For instance, when I think I was 16 at the time, I walked along the road and went to the costermonger and bought some orange boxes, put them on a barrow, got someone to put them, and from then I sold loads and thousands of them. Then I was introduced by someone else into the sack business, buying and selling sacks, you see.
He's the most fabulous man I think I ever know for his ages. There's nothing he can't do. He don't use a stick or nothing. If he wants to go from here to New Cross, he'd get there all on his jack-line. Anybody would help him if he wants to get him, but he's a very independent man that way.
That's the finest thing a blind man can have, is independence. Do you know that? And I don't like it now because I'm not so independent as I used to be.
Right, got your keys?
Every lunch hour, Lizzie, the next-door neighbour, comes home from work and gives up part of her break to see Tom to the pub. It's the sort of neighbourliness that's readily offered, but which Tom acknowledges with reluctance.
You can't grumble. You don't expect them to nurse you, actually, do you? They have been good to me. I'm not complaining. I don't think I'm complaining. Oh, yeah, they have. They've been fair to me, I'm not saying. I've had a certain amount of help from them. I don't think hardly of them, but they're very worldly, you know.
The grudge in Tom's acceptance of the help he gets is more a protest against the physical changes in the neighbourhood which have taken his independence away. For they all say that once he walked about like a man with sight, and even helped neighbours home in the blackout.
When it's been very foggy, I have, there's no doubt about it, led people home crossing roads and different things. You know what I mean? And then I've told them when they've got across the road, I've been blind. See? I led old girls across from the pub to the other side of the road and told them afterwards. I mean, one time, roads was all right to walk about. Now there's flyovers, subways, everything else. You know what I mean? I could walk about on my own, never used to use a stick or nothing. But not now.
Well, I think to myself, the elephant. Well, I think if you didn't go out much, you wouldn't know where you were. Up the elephant.
We must have change. I don't advocate that we don't have change and progress, but the way all the houses and things are coming down, the way they're pulling these streets to pieces, it just peeves me. I mean, all these little back streets to me are the backbone of the nation. They really made the nation what it is. These are the characters that make the English, the British, whichever you like to title us as, you know, make us what we are.
Jack Taylor is a self-taught painter, better known by art collectors than by people in the Old Kent Road. His paintings are bought all over the world. Princess Grace of Monaco has one, so have Michael Caine and Richard Attenborough. But his inspiration comes from, and his concern is for, the people about him, the people he's known since he was a boy.
My mother and father were born in the Old Kent Road.